Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a repair video for Mr. Buttacavoli. You can see we got our wind damage shingle. It is 70 degrees today on this right facing slope. Alright, so let's get a good overview of our workspace area. Alright, so before we get started, let's take a look around the roof. You got some missing, got some flipped up shingles, more missing. Ooh, a ton of missing. Then you got some more creased shingles. So now we got that, let's go ahead and get started. I am by myself today on the roof, so let's make sure I got a good view for you guys. I do want to bring up one point. So you can see right here, where is it? Right here, you got our crease line. So I know my shingle is going to end there. So just to make my life a little easier, I'm just going to mark my workspace area. Make sure I get a good view. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, when I conduct this repair, I'm not going to be lifting up the shingle more than 30 degrees. As you can see right here, these are the tools we're going to be using. We've got our standard pry bar, got a P-hook on the end. You can see it's much thinner than your roof snake. If we use this tool to unseal the shingles, we're just bound to cause all types of damage. Look how large it is compared to this thinner tool. This is the ideal tool that we'll be using to unseal the shingles. We will be using this tool to actually nail them back in. And you also have your standard hammer. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is our wind damage shingle that we do know. So I'm gonna be unsealing the shingle surrounding it. I keep my palm in the air, fingers up at all times, never on the same shingle I'm working on. Alright, so that's that. It is a very tight spot to be conducting the repair. Alright, check for mat. Looks like we're good. That's the first roll. Again, palm down, fingers up in the air as I cut away from the tar line. And the reason I do that is just so I keep nice, even pressure the whole time. I don't want to cut into the shingle. I don't want to cause any unnecessary damage to the shingle. Just using enough force to cut in away from the tar line and unseal the shingle. Alright, got one more shingle. Check for mat, we're good. Last row. Again, fingers up in the air, palm down, keep a nice even pressure as I cut away from the tar line, making sure I don't cut into the shingle itself and causing damage. Alright, so we're good. So now that we got that, I'm just gonna go ahead and start by removing the nails. Alright, forgive me, I know it is tight in here. So I'm gonna lift the shingle up just a hair, just to see where the nail is. After doing so, just go in there with my roof snake. Oh. Alright, put some pressure Bring that down. Looks like the nail's not all the way out yet. What is getting caught on this nail? Just don't see the issue with this nail. Oh, hard stubborn nail was at an angle. Just make sure that was the last nail. Yep. Again, I go in, thumb in the air, and I cut away from the tar line. Not as I cut away from the tar line, as I unseal the shingle to remove the nail. Alright, just go in there one-handed and then remove the nail, as so. Just a really tight spot to work in. Just one nail on this side. Go in there one-handed. And there I go. You can see I'm not really using too much force to remove it, other than the stubborn ones. I lift the shingle up, just my thumb, fingers up in the air, then I'm able just to remove the nail. Alright, so now that's that. Go in there and remove the next row. And again, not lifting up the shingle more than 30 degrees. Don't feel any nail, don't see any nail. So we're gonna keep it rolling. So it looks like this nail is actually embedded at an angle, more of an angle this way. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. We're just going to have to be careful while removing it. Again, it's at an angle this way. I just can't get underneath there. Even with the love tap, just the way it's angled, we're not going to be able to get underneath. and remove this one. Alright, so now that we got everything removed, go ahead and remove the shingle. Guess there wasn't a nail in there. Looked like this shingle only had about 4 nails. So I was mistaken. Alright, as you can see, our wind damaged shingle. And I don't know if I brought up in the video, the repair shingle that I did have, it was damaged on the way over here. So we are going to be using this as a simulation. Wind damaged shingle. Alright. Let's go ahead and put this shingle back in. So the fact that there was only 4 nails could be in play that it is double layer. Maybe this couldn't reach all the way. So just letting that be known. Making sure I'm still recording. Alright. So just to save up on time, I'm gonna try to rush this process up a little bit more. So you got our roof snake. We're gonna be putting the nails in. And with that being said, we'll lift it up just enough for the tool to fit. Thumb on my shingle I'm working on, fingers up in the air. Never the same shingle, never the same, never the same shingle that I have my fingers up. All right, we'll go in there. This is just enough to make sure I get through the decking. Alright, and just pull that out, and then just finish it off, make sure it's nice and flush. Alright. Again, lift the shingle up with just one thumb. The rest of my fingers are up in the air, never resting on the shingle I'm working on. If need be, I'll rest them on the shingle above. Go in there, make sure our nail is all the way through the decking and nice and flush. That leaves us for 2 more nails for this row. Make sure we're good. Yep, we're good. Yeah, I am seeing a good amount of granule loss as I conduct this repair. You know, this roof is very brittle, and the fact that it is 2 layers does not help at all. All right. So we got 2. Ooh, almost lost it. Got our tool. Go in there. Make sure it's nice and flush. Alright. Yep, we're good. Actually, could go down a little bit more. Alright, and I'm hammering just enough to make sure that I get through the decking, guys. Alright, a little less talking for these last 3 nails. Last nail to go. Alright. So now that we got all our nails back into place, go ahead and take a closer look. Alright. So you can see right here, this was our wind damaged shingle, one that I had marked previously. But just from doing the repair, you can see new damage that was caused just from conducting the repair. You guys saw I took my time as best as I could with the space that I had. This is just the direct result from the repair. Didn't lift the shingle up more than I had to, and I did not hammer harder than I needed to get through the decking. The fact with that being double layer. Took my time and didn't use any unnecessary force. This is a direct result. So you guys can see creasing and rippage, granules, you name it, all throughout the workspace area. It is a brittle shingle, like I mentioned before, and it is high amount of granules, and it is also double layer. Alright. If we continue to push repairs, we're just going to be running into the same issues with the surrounding roof. And you can see there is already tremendous amount of damage to Mr. Buttacavoli's roof. So you have missing shingles, flipped shingles, you name it. So with that being said, this is going to be deemed a fail. Thank you guys for taking the time out to watch the video. Hope you guys have a blessed day.